The effectiveness of your coaching does not need to be vague. There are ways to measure the impact that your coaching is having on the client. In this video, I'll share with you 4 ways to do just that. When you have coach fit calls or you're kicking off coaching with a new client, a question often comes up, and that is, how will we know if the coaching has been effective? How will we measure its impact? Don't be stymied when you hear this question, because there are many ways to measure the effectiveness of coaching. So one is before and after 360s. 360s are a common instrument used in coaching engagements, especially when you're coaching leaders, as we do. There are 2 types of 360s. One is the online survey. The one that I use is called the Checkpoint 360. And if you'd ever like to see a sample report of the Checkpoint 360, send me an email at michael@BAECexecutivecoach.com and I'd be happy to send it to you for your review. Now, the online instrument is taken by a group of people in categories such as manager, self, directs, peers, and others. All of these people contribute anonymously to the 360. We can have our client take one at the beginning of the engagement and then one after, say, 6 months have elapsed to measure the effectiveness of the coaching. That's an excellent method. Another type of 360 is called the verbal 360. At the Center for Executive Coaching, we teach our participants how to use the verbal 360. And here it is in a nutshell. You talk to a small group of people that regularly work with your client, and you ask them just a few key questions. What you're looking for is not a long conversation. You're looking for a short, focused conversation with these key people to look for patterns of feedback that you can then bring back to your client and help them to realize if you make this change, it may accelerate your success towards your outcome. The verbal 360 can be used multiple times throughout the engagement to ensure that you are making progress with the client. So that's idea number 1. Idea number 2 is to talk with the manager of your client. The manager is often closely connected with your client, and they can sense when your client has made changes and is progressing in the coaching. So check-ins with the manager usually happen multiple times throughout an engagement. A typical engagement is 6 months. Usually what I would do is get to know the manager at the beginning and get some feedback from the manager about some changes that the client might make. And then we create an action plan in terms of what we're going to achieve together in the coaching. About 3 months into the coaching, we would have a check-in with the manager and talk to them about what they're seeing. What is their feedback about the progress? And that will sometimes create a mid-course correction for our client, and then they will recommit to the actions that they need to take. Towards the end of the 6 months, we'd have another check-in with the manager and look for feedback, support, and encouragement, and ideas for sustainability in the case that your engagement is coming to a close. So check-ins with the manager can be very helpful for your client as a way to get tangible feedback about real progress that's visible, right? We want others to see the change in our client. Idea number 3 is for your client to select a small group of trusted colleagues that they can talk to about the changes they're seeking to make. Typically, this is revolving around a behavioral change. Let's say, for example, that the client wants to speak last in a meeting. This is something that people that attend meetings with your client can note. Did they talk last or not? So that's a way to measure the effectiveness of your coaching, in that each month your client goes to those people and asks them to rate them on the effectiveness of the behavioral change. Have they made progress? Did they note that they spoke last? On a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the best, what would they give them in terms of their progress towards making this behavior stick? So that's another method. Idea number 4 is the accomplishment of a goal. This is very clear and tangible, right? Let's say that your client has decided that they would like to get promoted. They would like to create a better working relationship with their manager. It's been difficult leading up to the coaching, and now this is a big focus of our coaching engagement. So we talk about what should this relationship look like at the end or along the way. What changes would you like to see? When those changes happen and that goal is realized, we know we've accomplished the goal, and we can measure that by the effectiveness of the working relationship with the manager. I've now shared with you 4 ways to measure the effectiveness of your coaching. I hope that you will gain more confidence going into future coaching engagements, knowing that you can measure the impact your coaching is having on your clients. If you have questions about any of these methods, email me at michael@BAECexecutivecoach.com or place them in the comments, and I'd be happy to address them right here. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel to be notified when future videos are released, and I hope you'll also share this video with others who could be helped by watching its content. If you'd like to learn more about my executive coach training and certification programs, go to my website, BAECexecutivecoachtraining.com, or email me at michael@BAECexecutivecoach.com. Thanks and good luck.